Hey guys, it's Mrs. Lucchino again, and I'm going to read part 3 of Sister, chapter 5 today, but I just want to go back and take a second for chapter 4. This whole time, Billy's had a problem with his sister. She was annoying, she messed up his diorama and put glitter on it, and she can be a bit much. But this chapter, we found out, they truly have a bond with the brother and sister. And, at the end, they fell asleep together, and she said, "I love you," and he said, "Yeah." So this is a different version of their relationship that we get to see, so that's really nice. And doggone it, they didn't make it to midnight, or they didn't even make it probably past midnight. They fell asleep. But let's find out what happens the next day when they wake up. Chapter 5. "Wake up, sleepyhead," said Gabby. Billy blinked. For a moment, he had no clue where he was. He stretched, like a bubble rising through murky water to sunlight above. He slowly worked his way to being fully awake and aware. He remembered the night and his failed attempt to stay up until morning, and it disappointed him. He felt he had been cheated out of something that should have been his. Boys and girls, did you ever try to stay awake and just didn't make it through? So it's a disappointment. "Is it tomorrow?" peeped Sal. "It's almost lunchtime," said Gabby. "Your mom called from the road. They'll be home in about an hour." Gabby kissed the tops of both of their heads. "Your dad called earlier to see how the night went. He said to let you sleep in. But I never thought you'd sleep this late. When your mom called, she said to wake you up." "How was Dad's show?" asked Billy. "Papa's show," said Sal. "He said he sold 5 pieces," Gabby told them. Remember, Papa's making assemblages, which are like dioramas, so he took them to an art show and he sold 5 of them. He sounded happy. She scooped up the nest of blankets from the floor. "Let's get your rooms in shape before they get here." She turned toward Billy. "When did you come to Sal's room?" she asked. "I checked on Sal when I got up and was surprised to see you." "I'm not sure." "Were you afraid?" "Nope." You can always wake me up." Billy did a combination nod and shrug. Gabby started making Sal's bed. She shook out one of the blankets. The pearl had been caught up in its fold. As the blanket ballooned and settled on the mattress, the pearl shot across the room, hit the wall, and magically rolled to a stop at Sal's feet. "The pearl!" cried Sal, raising herself up and down on her toes. "I forgot it." She picked it up and brought it to Billy. "Did we make it to morning?" He flicked her a look that said, "You're crazy." He extended his open hand and motioned for her to give up the pearl. "Did we make it to midnight?" she asked, slipping her hand with the pearl behind her back. Her voice sounded as if she knew the answer. "What are you two talking about?" asked Gabby as she smoothed out the bedspread. "Nothing," replied Billy. "And what is this?" Gabby was holding up Cough Drop by his tail. Do you guys remember Cough Drop? How fun was that? "Were you planning on running away in the middle of the night? Is this your pack of provisions?" "That's Cough Drop," said Sal. "Billy made him for me. He's the Drop Sister's cousin. He just eats cough drops, and he can't talk." Gabby laughed. "You are clever, Billy boy, and smart. I didn't know anything about the Year of the Dragon until last night." "Soon will I learn everything?" asked Sal. "Yes, you will," said Gabby. Gabby told them to get dressed and hurry down to the kitchen. "I can make you something to eat right away, or we can make a big brunch and wait for your parents to get here." "Brunch," said Billy. "Brunch," said Sal. "Meet me in the kitchen," said Gabby. Billy and Sal were alone, their eyes connected, and they exchanged a meaningful look. Then Sal reached out reluctantly to Billy. She gave him the pearl, and she gave him the most forlorn expression imaginable. Forlorn, boys and girls, means very sad. I tried to stay awake, she said. Me too, said Billy. I almost did it. Did you make it to midnight? I might have. I'm not sure. I think so. They stood together in silence. Billy's forehead wrinkled in thought. These were the things he was thinking. I don't really care about the pearl. Sal helped me last night, but I can't tell her that. If I give her the pearl, it would be a way to thank her without having to say anything. Gotta be a tough guy. Here, he said, you can have the pearl. Sal took the pearl and kissed it. Thank you, Billy. She hopped with glee and did a little dance, pulling up her nightgown and swishing back and forth. See you downstairs, he called as he left. He dressed quickly and straightened his room. He looked under his bed. What do you think he's looking for? Just because. Nothing was there, of course. His mind was ricocheting from one thing to the next that's bouncing. He's thinking of this and that and this and that. He wondered if Mama would let him play with Ned today. He wondered what Gabby was making for brunch. He hoped that Mama and Papa didn't go away overnight again for a long time. When they were both gone, the air in the house was harder to breathe somehow. He moved the envelope with the dragon stamp to the middle of his desk. He wanted to get down to the kitchen fast. He could hear the promising sounds of pots and pans. But he decided to do something first. He tore a piece of paper from his notebook in his backpack and wrote a letter to put in the envelope and mail. The letter said, Dear Sal, we'll make it to morning next time. You're okay. Your brother, Billy. He knew that she couldn't read the letter by herself, but he thought she'd like it anyway. As he was stuffing it into the envelope, he heard joyful shrieks coming from below. Shrieks are like happy noises. Or woo, oh my gosh! He didn't want to be left out of anything. The envelope could be addressed and sealed and sent later. And now he could sail downstairs to see what the day would bring. That's the end of chapter 5, and that's the end of Sister, her part of the book. So the next time you see me, it'll be for the last part of Billy Miller. I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you're thinking about all those connections maybe you have with your siblings too, and how it's tough sometimes to be so loving, especially when you get older. Maybe that's a little harder. So Billy's trying really hard right now to show his sister that he really loves her in different ways. Have a good day, guys. You're going to go to the questions and answer them now. Good luck. Take care. See you next time.